Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another practice of Dhyana meditation. Hope all of you are doing well today. Let's go ahead and check in with ourselves after waking up. Many people may ask, when I wake up, what should I do before I meditate? Should I take a shower or should I not? And in actuality, we should purify and prepare ourselves for meditation. So, taking a shower is optimal, of course. Um, the other is simply taking some cold water to put on one's face so as to awaken our mind, our senses. Um, that's one aspect that we can do. But it's important that we come in with a mindset of purity. Because if our mind and body is halfway between sleep and alertness, we may during our meditation become somewhat sluggish. So it's important that we do at least minimally put cold water on the face to prepare ourselves for practice. Also, wearing loose, comfortable clothing. Um, it's important that none of our clothing pinches our body. I see many people attempt to do a dhyana meditation in jeans, and that has been uncomfortable because the point is to maintain stability, to quiet the body, quiet the mind, so that we can be able to do deep investigation. Another aspect that was brought up to me is is what what are we practicing the same as Zazen? And as a Buddhist, I think it's important that we don't um, fall into this issue of sectarianism, in which certain words are positive and certain words are not, or that one practices something and the other one does not. In fact, they're the same as dhyana meditation. In our practice of Nichiren Buddhism based on the Lotus Sutra, we are a mantra-based practice. Core of our practice is Nama-myoho Renge Kyo. So we utilize that mantra in our dhyana meditation in order to aid and assist our mind to have a focus point. Mantra is seen as a string, something connecting one moment to the next. Also, in a mantra, there are many famous passages about what denotes a mantra. A mantra has to be something that does, does not awaken passions or clean. So, obviously, having a mantra concerning something that you are attached to or something that you have a liking to or dislike to would cause such a movement. And so that would not be appropriate. Of course, as we know from our founder Nichiren Shonin, that Nama-myoho Renge Kyo is the heart or the essence of the Buddha's enlightenment, as we see in chapter 16. So therefore, as we see also expounded in the sutra, when we use the mantra which is given to us, passed down from the Buddha, hence he named the Lotus Sutra Myoho Renge Kyo, we are able to utilize this device for stopping our thoughts without awakening clinging or attachment in other aspects. Another particular similarity or difference as well in our practice is that ours is based on the Shikan. Of course, they all originate from the same place. Concept and purpose of Dhyana is similar. In our practice, we focus on stopping and seeing. Now, again, even in Zen Buddhism, they use this technique. So it's important for us not to fall into, it's unnecessary, I think, to fall into these um, issues of somatics between traditions of Buddhism. It's important to understand what is passed on to us because it's essential that we follow a path. Many people jump from one practice to another, and that's a form of clinging and desire to have knowledge, to have some power, to have some experience. Actually, in many ways, that doesn't support us in our direction and goal of attaining dhyana, correct concentration, which then allows us to enter into the state of samadhi, which is our ultimate goal in Buddhism, whether it is a mantra-based practice or simply a sitting practice, walking practice, etc. As we see Master Tantai talk about the different forms that meditation takes. The most essential thing of Buddhism is that it works. So let's take a moment and check in with ourselves and see how we're feeling this morning. Today, actually, it's a very calm day. It's different than yesterday. We're very calm, and with the changing of the weather, sometimes it affects our bodies. It's important for us to know that our bodies are slowing down due to the change in the season to winter. We should therefore regulate ourselves properly so that we are in harmony with the seasons, that our practice is in harmony with the seasons, that our sleep and eating are in harmony with the seasons. Therefore, we can be able to support our practice through maintaining an equilibrium in our body and mind. This, of course, supports our practice of dhyana meditation. Today I feel a lightness. My stomach was making sounds, so therefore my digestion is working. Right, at this time, let us prepare ourselves for meditation. Please sit up straight in your cushion. One thing that you can do to find your posture for sitting up, take your hands, put them as a fist, and place them on your knees if you're sitting on the ground. If you're sitting on a chair, which is, of course, welcome as well, make sure your feet are flat on the ground and that you move up, that only your backside is touching the chair. So you're able to find this kind of balance, as we talked about yesterday, this pendulum feeling. Okay, let's place our hands together in Hokkaijo and keep this posture. Shoulders back, chin in, tongue touching the roof of the mouth, eyes gently closed, mouth gently closed so that teeth are not tight. Eyes gently closed enough to keep the light out. We're going to begin with 3 purifying breaths. Let us breathe in for the count of 3, 5, 7. So breathe in through our nose. Hold. And exhale through our mouth. Visualizing at the time that exhaling all of this tension, negativity from our body. Round 2. Now let us gently close our mouth and begin breathing and exhaling through our nose. We can either watch the breath or we can use the mantra Nam-myoho-renge-kyo as we exhale to stop inhaling, watching the breath as it comes in through the nose, and simply observing. Concentrate your mind. If your mind becomes distracted, come back to the center, back to the Dhyana. Allow your mind to go into the meditative state with the sound of the bell as it becomes fainter. As we exhale, let us release our attention, bringing our awareness back to our body. Start to become aware of your surroundings, where you're at. This time, start to move your fingers and your hands. You can do this, such as this, on your hands are laying. Start to gently move your body, putting your hands together, getting the heat. This time, let's again check in with ourselves. This is the practice of mindfulness, realizing our current state, and now perhaps we feel more focused. Our hands and feet feel very warm as opposed to cold. My body feels more stable. My awareness more smooth. One thing that's very important to realize is that when we practice Dhyana, we use that to be able to observe ourselves. And that when we come out of Dhyana meditation, hence at the end, we release our attention, we use that state in order to practice mindfulness. That means mindfulness means being aware of your present state. That means checking in with yourself, checking in with your surroundings, being aware of what's going on. This is how we carry the Dhyana practice with us through daily life. Obviously, in daily life, we cannot sit all the time in Dhyana, but yet this is our stabilizing factor that we then carry throughout the day in the form of mindfulness and awareness. Mindfulness awareness, I would say. And in doing so, we always check back in with ourselves to know where we are, see what's going on with our body, our mind. This is what Master Tiantai speaks of, the idea of healing. And through Dhyana, we heal ourselves. We heal ourselves from our fear of birth and death. Because as long as we remain in the circle of samsara, we are bound by the other effects and emotions that come with it. So therefore, we cultivate Dhyana and practice mindfulness. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let us put our hands together in Gassho. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please take care.